So today we are going to learn how to find the area of parallelograms and triangles. Okay, so what is a parallelogram? It is just a quadrilateral or four-sided polygon that has two pairs of parallel sides. So if you look at these two sides, these are considered parallel because they can go for an infinity and never touch or intersect. So a parallelogram has two pairs of those. So this is one pair, and then this here is two pairs. So this is a parallelogram. They can also look a little wider, a little smaller, like a rhombus or a diamond. They are all parallelograms. Go ahead and grab your notebook. Today we're going to use formulas to find the areas of these shapes. Okay, so what is a triangle? It is just a polygon, as you know, that has three edges and three vertices. Next, you need to know what a base is. So the base is just the length of the bottom of the figure. It can also be the top of the figure as well. These are both considered the base. Okay? All right, next we have the height. The height is the perpendicular distance that is 90 degrees from the base. So if this here is my base, we would consider this line here going 90 degrees, that is perpendicular. It is considered your height. So this can be your height right here, as long as it is perpendicular, the opposite of parallel. So if I was to take this triangle and just switch it and put it on this side, I would be getting a rectangle. Kind of looks like a square. So what is the area of a rectangle? The area is length times width, as you've learned way back then. So the area of a parallelogram is the same thing. Instead of saying length times width, we're going to say base times height. And that is all. Your base times your height, and that is the area of the parallelogram. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the triangle. If I was to take this parallelogram and divide it by 2 or cut it in half, what shape would I be getting? Good, I'd be getting a triangle, and that is what we're going to be doing to find the area. So the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Okay, so another way to write it is base times height divided by 2 or over 2. And another way people do is 1/2 times base times height. You can choose which one works best for you. I'm just going to stick with the first one. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve with some dimensions. Your base is 5 and your height is 4. Go ahead and solve for the parallelogram and also the triangle. Okay, so pause the video. All right, so base times height, 5 times 4 is 20 centimeters square, or square centimeters. Again, when you're working with area, the little square is at the top. Mine's at the bottom just because I typed it wrong. But don't forget to always put that at the end of your units. Number 2, the area of the triangle. So base times height divided by 2, 5 times 4 divided by 2, 20 divided by 2 is 10 square centimeters. Okay, so great job. Let's go ahead and try to do these by yourself. What is the area of this parallelogram? Okay, so our base is 9 and your height is 6. 9 times 6 is 54 centimeters square. Next, we have this triangle. Go ahead and solve. So just really quickly, again, this is our base. Sometimes your triangles, you would have to extend your base to find the height, because we wouldn't say this is our height. No. This would be considered our height because it really shows how tall or how high this triangle is. So sometimes you would have to extend your base. All right, so base times height divided by 2. 7 times 12 is 84. 84 divided by 2 is 42 centimeters square. Okay, I hope you guys all got that right. All right, so we're going to end with a word problem. So this house has 4 parallelogram-shaped windows. Each window has a height of 2 meters and a base of 250 centimeters. It also has one triangular window with the same base and height. So the first question is, what is the area of one parallelogram window? So when working with these dimensions, we first notice that these units are different. So in order to solve, you need to convert this unit into centimeters. So ask yourself, how many centimeters are in 1 meter? Okay, so there's 100. So how many are in 2 meters? Of course, 200. So now that we've converted to the same unit, go ahead and multiply your base times your height. So 200 times 250 is 50,000 centimeters square. Again, always be mindful of your zeros. So 25 times 2 is 50. Go ahead and put those 3 zeros. So 50,000 centimeters square. The next question is, what is the total area of all the windows? So we need to find the 4 plus the triangle. So we got one window. We're going to take this answer and multiply it by 4. Go ahead and pause and solve by yourself, and we'll compare. Okay, so 50,000 times 4 or 5 times 4 is 20. And go ahead and put these 4 zeros behind it. So 200,000 centimeters square is the area of all the parallelogram windows. Lastly, we're going to add the triangle. So base times height divided by 2. So we have here the parallelogram. We're just going to take this answer and divide it by 2. So 50,000 divided by 2, or 50 divided by 2, is 25. Drop your 3 zeros. So 25,000 centimeters square is your triangle. All right, go ahead and add this together. 20,000 plus 25,000 is 225,000 centimeters square. All right, you're going to have a problem like this in your jump homework, so go ahead and use this as reference whenever you need help. Okay, so these are your assignments today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be here to help you. All right, guys, good luck.